Hey there guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are doing a college essay themed video because we know college essay season is going to come in with a bang at the end of the summer, early fall. So it's really crucial that you start preparing your common application essay in advance. You do not want to wait until school picks up again and then you'll already have a million other supplemental essays to do. And obviously the beginning of the year work and community service picks up. So let's get started with the Common App essay early. Let's not procrastinate, guys. So I work as both a test prep specialist for SAT and ACT and also a college essay specialist. If you are interested in any of our services for college essays or test prep, definitely check out the description down below. All of that information will of course be linked. So today we're going to be talking about cliche college essay topics, and I'm particularly talking about the Common App essay prompts. So like I said, I've helped students write over 100 essays, so I really have seen topics come up time and time again. And I find that the unfortunate thing with these topics is that you can't really make them personalized in such a way that it is appropriate to use these topics, because usually they end up with the same cliche conclusion unless there's like a very extenuating circumstance about your experience with one of these situations. I would say it's probably best to steer clear of these topics. So we are not going to be sugarcoating anything today, guys. That's how I am, a no BS approach. That's literally the name of my math book. So we are doing no BS, probably steer clear of these college essay topics. So the first one that I have written down here is a friendship falling out. So I think it's natural for most of us in our lives at some point. I can personally speak on the experience. I've had friendships that obviously were not successful. I think that's just a part of growing up. When you're, 4 or 5 years old and you become friends with somebody, that's obviously not who they're going to be forever. When they become 14, 15, 16, they develop their own interests and motives, and those might not be compatible with yours. So this is really not a unique experience in any way, absolutely. You might go through a hard time and then get over it and realize your true friends were there for you the whole time, or you're an independent girl, you don't need anyone else in your life. But the point is, this is such a cliche topic, such a cliche conclusion, I would probably say it's a no-go. Second thing is going to be sports. So the amount of essays I've seen where it's like, people are trying to be like crazy descriptive, like there I was in front of the goal. I knew that there were 5 seconds on the clock. I had to make the decision as my feet grazed through the bright green grass. Just like these over the top imagery filled scenarios of like you needing to make the goal at a pivotal moment, or you being the goalie, and I'm speaking in terms of soccer because that's what I played, but any sport, you get the point. It's such a cliche thing, learning to deal with pressure in sports, or stepping up to the plate in a pivotal moment, or losing a game and learning what it means to lose. Again, probably not going to be your best bet in terms of wowing a college admissions officer in any capacity. All right, so those are the first two. Number 3, at least where I live, sleepaway camp is like a big deal. Pretty much like a good portion of my students, I would say, go to sleepaway camp. So sleepaway camp is an essay topic I would 100%, I can't even see a circumstance to make this work, because first of all, this is obviously an experience that not everybody gets to have. So you're already at a camp. I think most kids would wish that they were able to go to a camp if their parents aren't privileged enough to send them to one. And I would steer clear of it was color war, all these cliche camp events, or you learned about yourself when you, became captain of the Olympics green team. So the point is there's really not much you can pull from going to sleepaway camp. It's first of all, already something that you would do if you are privileged. So I don't think there's really a great takeaway or lesson to be pulled from that. All right. Fourth, this is definitely an experience we all have, even myself included, though it was rare, getting a bad grade on a test. So we all have our own academic struggles. Obviously, that's just a natural part of being a student and learning to grapple with complex material. But the point is, you're not really going to learn much unique from that topic. Like learning to deal with failure, again, this is similar to the sports idea. You're really not going to gain much unique perspective on that particular topic. Like we all deal with academic failure at some point. We all overcome it. We get tutoring, we study harder, whatever it might be. Another thing that I see students kind of potentially might veer off with this is they'll say, like, they'll try to make this essay about like learning to become a better studier or something along those lines in an attempt to justify a poor academic transcript in the beginning of their high school career. So this Common App essay is for them to get to know you. This is not a justification. There's typically an area on your application where you can fill in any extenuating circumstances that you might want the college to know about. That should not be in your Common App essay, not the place to do that. All right. Community service opportunities. So community service opportunities can be such a cliche topic in that it's like, oh, you know, I helped these people and I saw their faces radiate with joy upon me helping them, or stacking books in the library. I felt like I was making an impact on the community. Unless you had a really, really unique and interesting community service opportunity, I would probably steer clear of this topic because, again, it's something that pretty much everybody has on their resume. For many schools, high schools, it's a requirement. So because so many students do it or have to do it to graduate, probably not a good go. All right, and my last topic that's kind of on the same page before I veer off into the other is dealing with a death in the family. So this is definitely a common essay topic, like whether it's a grandparent or an aunt or something along those lines. So this can be a good topic, but it really has to be a lesson learned. Like, you don't want to just kind of bring up the circumstance and say like, oh, it really upset me and really changed who I am. Because again, that's an experience that most of us are going to have at some point in our lives. Like, you really should have a unique spin on it, or like a really unique insight as to how this event changed you if you do want to go that route. So that one I'm not 100% opposed to. It just has to be done in a very tasteful way so as to illustrate a lesson rather than sounding like a very sad essay. Because again, you want the college admissions officers to learn something about who you are, not just what you've gone through. All right, and my last topic, I could go on about this one for days, guys. I'm getting heated already. So I have heard so many of my students come to me and they were told in school, in an essay workshop or by a counselor, that they should write an essay in like the style of, I don't know, like let's say, here's my coffee cup, like coffee, like they're supposed to like extend the metaphor or the idea of coffee like into themselves and who they are in all capacities of life. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I am coffee, hot and steaming when the pressure's on, like all of these like crazy metaphors that are like extended about a singular thing. And I feel like that's become such a cliche topic, even though like it sounds so like cool and flashy to take some object. I would really steer clear of that. Again, this is not like a writing sample in the way that you're supposed to like wow them with these like creative literary devices. Though it's not bad to do that. That's not the point. This is them getting some insight as to who is the person behind these grades and this resume. They want to learn you. They don't want to see like these crazy overextended ideas where you're just trying to sound sophisticated and wow them, and it sounds like you went scoured through a thesaurus for the words. So that's a topic that I've seen coming up more and more because I think people at first did it to be unique, but now it's like such a common thing that I would really consider that a cliche and highly advise against that. Alrighty guys, so that is my little spiel here as to which topics I would definitely try to avoid in a college essay in the efforts of not being cliche. So I will do a video on some ideas for good college essay topics that I haven't noticed. Obviously, that will largely depend on your life and circumstances, but I'll just offer some examples, perhaps from my life or what students have given to me that I think would make for a good college essay topic. So again, guys, if you are interested in our essay services or SAT, ACT, definitely check out the description down below. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.